Hello everyone and welcome back to LSI F1.5 Championship. We're today for the EU Italian Grand Prix. And JMO once again lines it up on pole position and is accompanied by Breeza in the Ferrari. Let's see if they get distracted by that colour red behind them at their home event, of course, with the team, I should say. Benjamin puts himself in P3 for McLaren. They have moved to McLaren along with JJ. And then we have Lepic in a P4, Blake in P5, the other AlphaTauri. We got JJ right behind in P6, Gary Protections reserving as an NA driver. They'll still score equal points to the EU drivers though. Lalek in P10, Dave Raptors in P11. We've got Sven, who is a higher tier driver, along with Nifo, who will not score the same points, but they can still race. Interesting for Sven to be disqualified from the formation lap. Then we have Reese and Zora at the back. Ready? Hold. Go! Who's gonna get it? Will JMO be able to maintain their pole position on that medium tyre? Will Breeza be able to try and fight back for Ferrari? I don't quite know. Benjamin can't find a way through. Blake up to P4, having a look behind the rival. Benjamin goes off the circuit. He manages to avoid everybody else, so I don't believe what has happened. And JMO's off! JMO's off. I don't know if there's damage, but they're around and they will lose all the positions in the world. Breeza lead for Ferrari. Blake into P2. Benjamin maintains P3 somehow. After that one, they just lose it to the Red Bull of Gary, and there's contact again. I don't believe it. There's a big car park. Lots of cars involved. What on earth just happened there? What on earth just happened? Many drivers with no front wings, and is that a VSC?
And Dave Raptors is actually stuck in P3 at the moment. Into turn 1, is he going to go around the outside? No, he's not. He's went a bit wide. Into turn 2, he's been hit, he's round! Protections has hit him and he's round! And he's going to lose about 4 or 5 places there. Oh dear. And Blake, it looks like he's using his battery because he's catching up a little bit. As Lepic goes for it on Dave Raptors, so Dave Raptors not having a good time, although he will get the DRS. Now onto the main straight now. Blake's lost the car! It's in the wall! Oh, is that damage? It is. There's an end plate off. And he's into the pits.
He's now come up right behind Reese. He's on fresh tyres, whereas Reese is on... they're not really old softs, but they're not very new either. Now to the outside line goes Blake. Goes for the move as Reese breaks very early. Lepic's out.
He's crashed! Scary! He must have dropped it in a safety car. It was a safety car. That really changes the game as Gary's going to react to it. Reza didn't have enough time, I don't think, to react to it.
Safety car won't go in until it's hit that speed marker. There you go, managed to get it right, and Breeza is reacting lovely. It's very close, and actually side by side with JJ. JJ, I don't know how he's there. You're not meant to be side by side on the restart, but it's all very clustered. Breeza going defensive on the Red Bull side by side with the AlphaTauri and the Mercedes. JMO holds on to the position. Dave Raptors trying his best to fight through them. No, Breeza's round. How did Breeza go round? I don't believe that. I do not believe it. I don't think there was anybody else there to cause them any kind of problems. We got Dave Raptors backing off as he lets JMO go. What is going on? Protections has completely wiped out Blake there. And Protection gets a 5-second time penalty for severe collision. Blake might have side pod damage with the increased damage model we have. Dave Raptors gets passed by Nifo in the meantime. Nifo now leads the train. Dave Raptors either going to try and maintain position or proceed to drop down. Lalek retires from the session as he goes...
Safety car once again.
Alrighty. Then, gone for it early. He's gone for it very early. And he's going to go to the inside. JMO going to try and get a toe off the Ghost car, and he will then take that position, moves to the inside, does Protections, lets everyone go, which is extremely weird with that damage, but it is what it is. JMO now inherits that P2 effectively now. Nifo into P3, obviously they were already, but actually on track they are now. Dave Raptors in P4 at the moment, looking to put pressure on Nifo. No, they backed off. They realise it's probably not the best idea to do so at this stage.
Blake is going to use the slipstream, use the DRS. Dave Raptors goes very defensive into Ascari. He's going to have a compromised line coming out of Ascari into the Parabolga. He spins! He spins! He's round! Those tyres just giving up in the middle of Ascari, and he's round.
They're looking forward to get past Gilly, but instead it's been completely counteracted. They use a bit of ERS to try and catch up to the Haas and get a better run, which they do, but it's going to be extremely difficult to actually get an advantage.
As you can see, he is losing significant amount of time in the corners, but he should be able to keep it with the DRS just about on the straights. But now coming into Ascari, the gap's 9-10, so let's see, coming for Ascari now, the tyres don't look too good, they're not giving him the grip he wants. Out of Ascari, the gap's 1.1 seconds, he's out of DRS, there's no way he can get back unless he uses all his battery, which he is doing right now. Gap's 1.1. But he's not going to get it. Breeza now in DRS, 4 tenths behind into Parabolka. He's going to have a little bit more grip than Gilly coming onto the main straight as Sven spun himself round. Breeza, anyway, back to the valve. Got DRS. Now, Gilly doesn't have any. It looks as though he's using his battery. Into turn 1. Left, right, which way he's going to go? He's going to go to the right hand side, down into turn 1. Gilly does not defend it. Braking very hard. Is he going to shut the door? Yes, he does. Leaves a little bit of space for Gilly there, but he doesn't poke his nose in, and that's Breeza up into P4.
Gilly has got a very, very nice gap between himself and the car behind. He can go to the end of this race without pushing. That's unless he gets plagued by a puncture. Although Gilly's very, very good on the tyres. No, he dives into the pit lane. Maybe not feeling it. Maybe thinking that he could get a puncture. And he's got a bit of a safety net here. Although, if you look at the gap, he might be alright. He still needs to get within 3 seconds of Benjamin. But if he's got fresh tyres, that might not be the most impossible thing to do. Onto the softs he goes. Let's have a look at the fastest lap for Gilly, maybe. And also getting within 3 seconds. Although he's got 1 lap to do it. And got to warm up the tyres. And got to get past Dave Raptors. And got to defend from JJ. So actually, maybe that wasn't the best idea to go.
Blake is now down to P2 effectively. And now, coming on to the last lap in a moment's time, let's keep on with this. Blake's is going to be putting Breeza under a lot of pressure, although he is on a couple lap older tyres. He's been looking alright for the last few laps, doesn't seem to be dropping off too much. Breeza on a little bit fresher hard tyres, he will have better grip for the time being, but Blake will get the advantage of DRS. The gap's 3 tenths coming onto the final lap. Lap 27 out of 27. Breeza with a good exit. And the gap just extends a little bit. Now Gilly's went through it on Dave Raptors. And now he's up into P6. JJ's going to be all over the back of him. He can't get past at the moment. But coming into Parabolka, he's going to use the slipstream, use his battery. Dave Raptors is flashing on the light, meaning he's less than 10%. And JJ now up into P7. Anyway, with Blake and Breeza, nothing's happening so far. So Blake might have messed up here. I don't know what's going on, but... Yeah,
not got any ERS to push, but then neither has Breeza, so it might be just one of those things, unfortunately, unless Blake's really going to try and push on the final section. He's gone onto the grass a little bit and lost a bit of time. I thought with a 3/10 gap he might actually be in contention to make that move, but at the moment it doesn't look like it anymore. He's going to get the DRS, but I don't think that will be enough. Breeza is looking to recover back to P2. That is Constructors' home race once again, but look at this. JMO is going to lead by 1 second now as he comes around the final corner, and he will finally win in EU Tier. JMO wins the Italian Grand Prix, followed by Nivo, who will take it on time abilities. Breeza is going to be into P2 after all of that, and Blake won't get it. Still a very good effort from both of these guys with all the issues they've had. Nivo takes the win. J-Man in P2, Breeza in P3, Blake and Benjamin Gilly, Sven with the fastest lap, Dave Raptors in P9, and the protections finishing off the order. Reese DNF followed by Gary, Lark, Zora, and Lepic earlier on.